Though he did not come forward during the trial, victim number 2 was the boy Sandusky was convicted of molesting in a Penn State shower. His attorneys say they plan to sue the university for failing to protect him from sexual abuse. Penn State said it takes such cases very seriously, but will not comment on pending litigation. Sandusky's lawyer yesterday said he expected people to come out of the woodwork, his words, with accusations after the fact. Defense attorney Janet Johnson joins us now to talk about what this case means for the university and other victims who may be out there. Janet, great to talk to you.
Good to talk to you. Thanks.
So why do you think victim number 2 is coming forward now? Do you think maybe he wasn't willing to tell his story during the trial, but now he is, to kind of have Sandusky, if you will, pay for what he did?
Well, literally pay for it. The defense attorney in me is a little cynical because when it was a criminal trial and the question was, is this man going to be locked up for what he did? And Mike McQuarrie said he saw this happen in the shower. They couldn't find this person. He wouldn't testify or couldn't be found to testify. Now that the free report has come out and clearly Penn State is in a really bad position to defend themselves and there's dollar signs, he's coming forward. That might be a little bit of an influence, that he's more interested in money than justice. Which the flip side is, now he knows Sandusky is a convicted child molester.
Right. Is it weird to you hearing those voice messages that the attorneys would put that on their website?
Well, it sounds like Jerry Sandusky. We've all heard his voice in the Costas interview. It's weird to hear a grown man say, I love you. And I suppose they just want to verify this is our client and he did get this message from Jerry Sandusky. I think it's a little weird to show your cards so early in the game. If this is a lawsuit, there's a lot of time for evidence to come out. Where were these messages during the criminal trial? And that really, that's when justice was being served. So you kind of wonder what the motive is.
That's what I was thinking. Where were these messages? It does sound like him. Again, we can't independently verify that, but it does sound like him, like you said. So, Janet, how much in damages can he possibly be awarded, considering the punishment that was handed down against Penn State in their football program? How much money are we looking at?
Right, those are totally unrelated. I mean, you wonder, Penn State basically lost what they figure was a year's worth of football program. That's what that money amounts to. But the state of Pennsylvania and Penn State University is going to lose hundreds of millions more in these lawsuits. And this gentleman is in the strongest position because he actually was offended in the shower on the campus. So this is somebody who stands to, I would think, be at the top of the heap when it comes to collecting on this money. He's number one.
And do you think some of the other victims who we did hear from, who did testify and relive their horrific stories during the trial, do you think they'll come forward and sue as well?
Absolutely. I mean, I think, the question's going to be, this person was offended at Penn State, and then the other people who were offended through Second Mile, which isn't associated with Penn State, but obviously Sandusky was able to keep doing this charity because of Penn State not blowing the whistle. All of that's going to trickle down, but does it all come from Penn State basically looking the other way and saying, we're going to take the humane approach and not out this person as the sex offender he apparently was?
Yeah, we'll see what happens in the coming days and the coming months. Janet Johnson, appreciate your time. Thanks.